Hello and welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I'm your host, Gabe Peterson, and this is the place investors go to gain actionable advice, learn about current market trends, and hear war stories from other professional investors out there in the field today. Before we get started, I have two quick housekeeping items for you. First, if you like this episode, we would very much appreciate a like, subscribe, and share. It is the best way to support the show and keep it running far into the future. Second, if you're a new investor looking to get started in real estate or an experienced investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you that will cover how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance those deals with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. On top of that, I throw in an insane amount of free bonuses that you'll have access to once you buy the ebook. All I charge is our admin costs to keep this show running. So if you're serious about real estate investing and want to create both active and passive income as an investor, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com and click on the button that says get the ebook in the upper right-hand corner to grab yourself a copy. With that said, let's dive right in. Today we have a very special guest with us, ready to drop some investor knowledge on you. So buckle up, grab your pen and paper, and enjoy the ride. All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. Today we have Daniel Martinez with us. Daniel is from HiveMind CRM. He is an investor, a truck driver, turned investor, turned software owner. So he's been there, done that. I'm super excited to have him on. Daniel, thanks for showing up.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on. I love doing these, and I appreciate the time that you give to do this and produce content for the community.
Yeah, for sure. I told you before we hopped on here, we like to start with stories. I know you got a good one because it starts with the truck driver. So why don't you take us back to the beginning? How'd you get started in real estate?
Sure. So I was about five. No, I actually used to load trucks. I used to be a forklift driver. I grew up in Chicagoland area. Never wanted to drive trucks just because there was snow out there. So I'm like, what happens? And then I moved into Atlanta, and Atlanta doesn't get snow. So I'm like, I could truck drive down here. Seems a little interesting. So I did truck driving for 2 years. Actually, my first entrepreneurship journey was into truck driving or trucking company. So I did truck driving, started a trucking company, did that for 2 years, and then pivoted into real estate, and then fell into other things after that. But the entrepreneurship journey is really crazy, and you just kind of take paths as they come to you.
Yeah. It sounds so you started as a truck driver, and then you started a trucking business.
Yes.
Gotcha. Is that where you hired, individual truckers underneath you, or?
Yes. Yeah, I got up to 5 trucks at one point. I think we generated $500,000 revenue in 2 years. It's pretty crazy.
And then gas prices went up, right?
Well, the crazy thing about trucking is that gas prices have gone up and the rates haven't gone up with it. So people are in a tighter. That's the whole reason why I left trucking in general. The margins closed down really quick and put out of business. So that's where I got into trucking. That's why I got into real estate.
Yeah. You gotta, margins are a huge thing. I also run a side business in, drop kit e-commerce, and the margins are razor thin. And that kind of business, you really got to watch out because you can definitely go under. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about real estate though. So truck driver. And then how did you get into actually real estate itself?
It was out of necessity, man. I was trying to pivot out of trucking, and I started learning about real estate, investor, agent, all that stuff. And I learned about wholesaling, and then I ended up started doing PPC marketing while I was still doing truck driving. Learned all the stuff through YouTube and podcasting about real estate as much as I could. So you kind of you have to do it. Contracted a few properties, ended up getting one in Florida, a land lot, and wholesaled. I got a contract for $5,000, sold it for $12 in 2 days on Facebook Marketplace. And that's how I got into real estate. And now all we do is we do a lot of land right now currently. So I still stick to what my first deal was, and we do a lot of large acre lands.
Cool, man. I love it. And so you guys, land is something unique. It's a very niche market. But I love it because they're not making more of it. And it can be very lucrative, especially when you're looking in the path of development. When it comes to identifying or sourcing your deals, do you guys still do PPC, or have you kind of branched out into direct mail, other stuff?
No, we do mostly PPC and texting. We get referrals for deals all the time because we are mostly in Texas.
Mm,
Uh, we mostly do deals in Texas, so we do trouble title, airships, um, percentage of property, and all that stuff. We do a lot of that cleanup work, the title work. So we usually get a lot of some referrals for those, but mostly we're doing PPC and texting.
gotcha. I've I did PPC a while ago. I still do it for my self-storage facilities just to get tenants, but when it comes to running PPC campaigns to generate real estate leads, I found it can be extremely expensive. Is that do you guys do just residential, or do you do residential and commercial? And is it still, you know, $30 per click or something like that?
Oh yeah, it definitely is, man. We're actually running PPC for clients. It's one of our newer products that we're releasing. It's called Hive Leads, HiveLeads.io. But we're essentially launching PPCs, whatever market you're trying to do. Our goal is to eventually pivot into like a pay per lead basis, where
Hmm.
you pay leads and you get leads instantly delivered. Because PPC, they're really hot as they're going to get is when they first come in. So you need to
Yeah.
be able to hit those leads immediately as soon as they come in. So we're trying to formulate a model around instant PPC deliverable leads.
Nice. Yeah. And that is the thing when it comes to, especially on the residential side, is time is of the essence. If you don't get it out the door, then it is a dead lead. Um, so what is your guys' turnaround time for, click to disposition?
It depends on the property. When you're doing PPC, you're gonna get like really, really hot deals, and you're gonna get really like we had a client that got a lead yesterday, and it was just somebody they said it was the right person, right information, but somebody's submitting their information online to kind of spam him. And like stuff like that happens with PPC. Like you're gonna get really good leads, you're gonna get like not even leads at all, and then you'll get like a really hot lead. So I think we got two properties under contract last week just from our PPC that we're running. But it's one of those things where like it varies. Like so we like targeting land. We've gotten some really good luck with doing PPC land. We've done over six figures over the last 3 years, multiple times just off PPC, off of one little lead that comes in. So it's definitely profitable. You just got to keep it up and running.
Yep. Yep, for sure. And do you guys constantly go in there and update your PPC campaigns, or do you just, make sure they're optimized from the get-go and then kind of set it and forget it?
We're always tweaking it based off of keywords and stuff like that. So you always have to have somebody on it. So we have a person in house that's really good at PPC. That kind of like we already have the knowledge base, but it was better to bring in somebody that has more experience with it, and they help us optimize our PPC campaign to make sure we're always getting the best results possible. Because it varies. The Google algorithm changes every once in a while, so you have to adapt and change your website. It might be your keywords. All that stuff is all goes into it. It can be a little complicated.
Yeah, there's a lot to digital marketing, that's for sure. So when you submitted your form online for this interview, you put the title as automation before delegation. The big thing now is who, not how. It's hiring and letting them go. So this is kind of, it runs contrary to that wisdom. So why did you say automation before delegation?
So I part of our software we have a software called HiveMind. A lot of people they want to delegate. Everybody's like everybody previous was like delegation, delegation, delegation. Well, a lot of things can be outsourced and sometimes even automated where you don't have to delegate it at all. You might just have to have overseeing, or you can set up automation to notify you when certain things happen. So it's one of those things where like you can really get a better handle of your business, no matter what business you're in. We use it for real estate, we use it for data company, we use it for a lot of different things. But it's one of those things where like if you can control a lot of those features through automation, you can really expand and amplify your work or your team's work that they're actually doing.
Makes sense to me. So on, speaking through the your whole land business, or just any real estate business, what is what I guess what are the top few processes that you feel benefit the most from automation?
Um, one of the best things is just like instant deliverability and transparency. It helps with so many things like PPC leads, instantly text, email. Acquisition team is notified. There's a group message, hey, who's going to cover this lead? Like there's instant transparency pushed out to everybody that's in there. We have an app and text email notifications. So it's one of those things where like everybody's on the same page and you can really control a lot of like I sent out 750,000 emails last month on automation.
Wow. That's a lot.
Like it, typing that out would be ridiculous. So it's one of those things where like you can really automate your outreach in a lot of different ways, no matter what type of marketing you're doing.
That makes sense. So you're just talking about, you're talking mostly about marketing, automating your marketing and not automating, operations, anything on the property management side, but you're really looking at it through the lens of getting leads, getting those leads taken care of, that kind of thing.
I mean, you can automate the back end process too. So like when property goes into contract, if you have your information filled out property, you can send it to DocuSign to auto pre-fill, just verify the information, or if you hit underwriting, you have an underwriting person that underwrites those properties. Hey, do step 1 to 5, make sure they're all done, and then put the information into the CRM. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing. You can always build a process around that and build SOPs. All a business is SOPs. That's all a business is. Doesn't matter what type of business it is. If you can understand the process and what it takes to actually do that business, just build SOPs around that and you have a business.
Perfect. Yeah. And SOP means standard operating procedure. And so what you're saying is just, you can break every business process down into a certain number of steps. And those steps can be put into, well, mostly can be put into software systems. Humans do have to jump in there at some point.
Yeah, and that's where you work together. You work together with the system to make sure you're operating as efficiently as possible.
Yep. Makes sense to me. All right. Well, I checked the clock. We did pass through our time, so it's time to jump into the quick question round. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Starts with books or any form of education. I'm a big bookie, so give me 2 recommendations, one for general life wisdom and one for real estate specific.
General life wisdom. I like Traction, and I am not a bookie by no means. I struggle reading books. Traction was a good one, and then the one I read recently was 100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozy. Those are 2 really great books. Traction really gives you like an understanding of like what you should find in a partner, whether you hire them or partner with them, and a lot of those are you really need that other aspect, whether you're a visionary or a integrator. You always need the other aspects to fulfill those needs because you can't do it all yourself.
Yep. That's interesting. So he kind of broke it down into two buckets, one person being the visionary, one person being the get shit done kind of guy, right?
That's it.
Interesting. I love it. All right, moving on. This one is for your younger self. So if you could go back to the Daniel who had no experience in real estate, he was still, running that trucking business. If you could go back to him, look him in the eye, give him one piece of advice moving forward.
It always takes more work than you think it does. A lot of people think that I'm doing all I can to get a deal. And this is what I thought when I first started. I'm doing all I can to do a deal. Honestly, what it takes to do real estate, you need to do more. Whatever you think is enough, you need to do more. And that's just the honest truth. And I didn't understand that when I first started. And it's always going to take more time, more automation, more everything just to get that first deal or even consistent deals, because like you can get stuck in a rut and it's really easy to do that. And it's just, you got to do more.
Yeah, that's good advice. And I still remember the first time when that truth kind of, when I realized that was a truth. And it was when we were working with someone who was much more advanced than we were. We were just starting out in the commercial side, and we had looked for debt in the past, probably called 5-10 people looking to find somebody who would put debt on a property. And then this guy that we were working with, who we were going to wholesale this commercial property to, I looked at his checklist because he was reaching out to debt for this property that he was going to buy, and they had reached out to over 70 different banks. And I was like, holy shit, you really got to put a lot more effort into things than I think. So that is good advice. I like that you said that. Moving on, this one is for, let's check it. I lost my spot. All right, this is a good one for you because you run a tool. So I think I know what you're going to say here, but give me one tool that you could not live without in your business.
Um, and like it's really biased. It's really biased. Hive mind, but like literally, I'm telling you, I run and operate 4 different businesses from this one software, and it's really changed my life because like what's really out there is like Podio. Everybody's heard of Podio or views Podio at some point, and it's just like terrible process. It's really archaic, and it's a pain in the butt. Like with you need to get something that you, no matter what it is, if it's HiveMind or some other software, get something that you can go in there, utilize, understand how to utilize it. That way you can amplify your results whenever you are working, whatever that is, whether it's any other software out there, whatever you like. Find something to help you amplify your work that you're doing.
Perfect, man. I love that. And yeah, I got started with Podio. No, I'm not throwing any shade to Podio because it is free, and free is always good when you're just getting started out. But
But
there's definitely,
it's only free to a certain point. Once you actually start doing something, they start charging you.
yeah. If you start putting a lot of volume through it, they'll definitely start charging you. All right, moving on. This one is for the United States. You guys are into land, so there's a lot of land out there, a lot of opportunity to buy, to do some deals. So give me one metro, one MSA that you are most excited about investing in today.
Um, Texas and Florida. Texas and Florida are really hot markets when it comes to land, just because Florida, Florida, they subdivide little tiny lots. You know, there's thousands of little tiny lots all over Florida. You can get a really good deal on. Most time they inherited them or bought them really cheap, and they're just willing to take a cash offer. A lot of opportunity in Florida. Texas, because if you subdivide lots into 10 acres or more, you don't have to go through the county. You just need a survey done. Um, and you can create a lot of opportunity there.
Hmm.
So
That's interesting. I didn't know that about Texas. I own 3 properties in Texas, but that's cool to know about the subdivision there. All right, and that moves us on to the last question, and this one's for the listeners. You've given us a lot of good advice, so let everyone know the best way to reach out to you and get in contact.
So you can actually text me at 210-972-1842, 210-972-1842. We have a dollar course. It's how to make 6 figures on a one lane deal. We've done it 5 times already. So we kind of provide information of how we did those deals and how we're doing more of those in the future. We actually have a podcast, Hive with Us podcast, on all platforms. We're on YouTube. Just search HiveMind CRM on every platform out there, and we are there, guaranteed. Even Pinterest.
Even Pinterest. I love it. All right. Well, that wraps it up. Daniel, thank you very much for hopping on the show.
No problem. Thank you for your time. Definitely go check us out. Have a good day.
All right. And for everybody who's here with us today, thank you guys for showing up. You are the reason we do this. So if you have any questions whatsoever, reach out to me, Gabe with realestateinvestingclub.com. Other than that, hope you have a great week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I enjoyed putting it on, and we're able to pull some actionable advice that you can apply in your own investing today in the field. Before you go, we have a gift for you. If you're a new investor looking to get started, or an established investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you, available on our website. This ebook will cover how I was able to create both active and passive income in real estate with very little money to start with. In it, I will address the 3 most often cited obstacles new and veteran investors run into by showing you how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance a deal with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. And if you get the ebook today, I am throwing in a bundle of bonuses, 7 of them to be exact. The first one will be the off-market lead generation blueprint, which will take you through the exact systems and processes we use to generate off-market leads like clockwork, which is the most important skill when it comes to creating wealth in real estate. The second bonus is the A to Z REI systems and vendors guide, which will allow you to peek under the hood of our business and see the exact tools, systems, and even the vendors we use to see the success that we do. And the third bonus is the top 100 best performing keywords pack, which will give you the exact keywords we use to target motivated sellers online using PPC ads. The fourth bonus is our contracts bundle for wholesaling and renting real estate, which will give you access to all the contracts we use in the field to execute all different types of transactions. After that is the Investor's Quick Analysis Calculator and Offer Tool, which will allow you to quickly calculate whether a deal is an actual deal and will allow you to create an offer automatically from those calculations. This is a lot of bonuses that I said. I'm just going to keep going down the list. Number 6 is the Investor's Daily Success Tracker, which is a tracker you can use to ensure you are taking the right actions day in and day out to reach your financial goals in real estate. And the last bonus is the Wholesaler's Template for Quick Assignment Cash, which will give you the templates we use to present our wholesale deals professionally and efficiently to our buyers. Whew, that is a bundle. So it's a mouthful. You get all of those bonuses for free when you download the ebook. All we charge is the admin cost to run the show. So if you're interested in the ebook and the bonus bundle, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com. Click on Get the Ebook Bundle at the top of the page to take advantage of that deal. And with that said, I hope you have a fantastic day, an even better week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.